More on the breaking news out of the White House. President Trump has just tweeted that at the request of Democrats, he has delayed those ICE raids. Ron Allen joins us live from the White House with more. So, Ron, quite a turnaround from the administration. What's behind it?
Well, yeah, from this morning when the president was leaving for Camp David, he issued a warning that these raids were going to begin and that people here in the country who had exhausted their legal appeals to stay in the United States, that group, that deportations were going to begin. That was going to be about 2,000 people. And we learned that the ICE agents were going to target families in about 10 different cities from coast to coast, Los Angeles, New York, Miami, Houston, and other major cities around the country, some of which, by the way, are sanctuary cities, where there are efforts to push back at this, efforts to try and help migrants, immigrants, fight the deportations, lawyers, others who are helping them to try and prepare for these raids. It was a pretty big deal, and it was interesting that this whole operation was telegraphed weeks, days, if not weeks in advance. So again, a lot of resistance to this. We don't know exactly why the president is changing his mind. He says at the request of Democrats. Earlier today, the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, issued a statement that condemned the raids, and that wasn't a formal request to stop them, but she called them brutal, and she said that this was something that shouldn't happen. She's, of course, from San Francisco, which is a sanctuary city, and many Democrats have a much different view of how this immigration problem should be handled than the president does. Interesting, he also says that he wants Republicans and Democrats to get together to work on a solution to the asylum and loophole problems at the southern border. That's a huge, big problem. Basically, the president wants a much tougher system when immigrants apply for asylum. He also wants many people seeking asylum to remain in Mexico while these appeals are being held, or to apply for asylum first in Mexico before coming to the United States. That's all very complicated, meeting a lot of resistance in Mexico as well. You'll remember a couple of weeks ago, he threatened huge tariffs on Mexico if they didn't step up their enforcement at the border. Today, he said that they have. But a back and forth by the president, what some might say a crisis created and a crisis solved by Mr. Trump. Back to you.
Yeah, Ron, we thought he was going to be there at Camp David working on strategy for Iran, and here we are now with that 2-week delay. Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.